So living in Barrie, there's a lot of different neighborhoods. And when you're about to move to a new location, you really need to know what area is what. The safe neighborhoods, the kid-friendly neighborhoods, maybe you're retired, you want the waterfront, you want the downtown area. There's a lot of different things to know. And as an agent in the city, I know all the areas, and there's areas I wouldn't live in personally. So I always try to help my buyers and kind of give them an overview. So I'm going to share the neighborhoods in Barrie with you right now and help you make the decision where you want to be. So these are the main areas in Barrie. This is considered the Bayshore area, and that area there is high-end housing, most of them. You are very close to beaches and the waterfront, and they're really nice homes in there. This is also, this whole area here is considered the south end. Up here we call it the north end. Here is basically kind of central, but those are actually broken down into smaller subsections. So down here is considered the city center area, and the city center area is basically older homes, lower value, but a lot of commercial as well. There are condos all along this waterfront area here. Some of them are very, very high end. There's a couple that are a little bit lower end. It's just the finishes inside and the pools, the gyms, like all of the services available in those condos as well. Some of them do have water views, some of them don't. If they're on the city side, there's no water views. There's also, that's where Kempenfelt Bay and the water is, the walking trails, boating, that's all down here. There's a lot of restaurants and entertainment. The downfall to that area is there is also homeless shelters, and I'm not gonna lie, you see a lot of homeless people down in here. Over here is considered the Painswick Allendale area, and most of those are older homes, good value, and they have bigger lots in this area. So it's a desirable area. Over here is Holly, and this Holly is in the west side of Barrie. It's got all the shopping centers, a lot of newer construction, like in the last 20 years. The kind of drawbacks of that is close to the 400, but you have a lot of very, very tight living and tight spaces, like the houses are close together. This is kind of the west end, which I live in, and that area is, there's not a lot of shopping and stuff, it's more residential, and you kind of got to go to the north or the south to shop. The good thing is you're kind of in the middle of everything, but there's not a lot of shopping and stuff out here. This area in here is considered the north. It's pretty good. It's got the houses are all basically within the last 30-40 years. They're close to all the shopping. So the Bayfield has the Bayfield Mile on Bayfield Street, which is up here in the north. And there's all the malls, a lot of shopping, a lot of restaurants along up here. So this area here is pretty close to all that stuff. This area here, so there's a little area in here, and we call it the East End. And the East End is very close to the water and have huge lots. So a lot of people have bought up here in this area and built, either renovated or tore down and built brand new homes, because it's very close to the waterfront. It's away from the city center, so you don't get as much riffraff, and huge lots. Once you get up into this third, a little bit between the second and third area, near the college and the hospital, there's a lot of rentals in here. So the values tend to be a little bit lower here. due to the college and the student rentals, and unfortunately, they don't take care of the properties necessarily the same as a homeowner would. If you want to be close, or I've had clients buy there, and they buy a student rental while their children goes to school, and they rent out rooms to other students, and then in 4 or 5 years they sell it and they make some money. But the values tend to be a little bit lower there. And I think before you make a move, you really need to know what area you want to be in and why you need to be there. I mean, for an investor, you might want to be closer to those areas. There's public transit. Now, the City of Barrie has public transit everywhere. These outlying areas over here, the public transit can be a lot slower. Like to get up to the college, you might have to change buses, go to the station. Like it's a lot more difficult. So, in this area here, if you're looking for college people, or the RVH hospital is up in the north end as well. So if that's what you're looking for, it's great. The south end tends to be higher valued than the north end. It's just kind of less congested, and I think it's just newer. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of information about what's going on in the city, and hopefully it helps you on your move.